Guys, I love playing Stardew Valley and farming, but lately I've been getting a little bit lonely on the farm. That's why I decided today it's time to do something that a lot of you watching probably find pretty scary and try and get myself a girlfriend. This is me trying to speedrun getting married to the best female character in Stardew Valley, Leah. There's only 3 things that we need to complete this challenge. We need a bouquet, a mermaid's pendant, and a bigger house, and you'll see why we need all 3 of those things later in this video. Let's get into our first day of trying to get married. So day number 1, the very first thing that I did was go to the saloon. This is because my future wife, Leah, loves salad, so you know I had to hook her up. After waiting out front for 2 hours for them to open, we went inside and bought over $2,000 worth of salad in the name of love. After that, I went to Leah's cottage and hit her with some jaw-dropping riz. And that was pretty much all I did for that day. We literally went to bed at like 4 p.m. But don't worry, because day 2 was a lot more exciting. Obviously, we started off with watering the crops again, because the first thing that we gotta do if we want to get a wife is get our money up. You know, after that, we spent a little bit of time creeping around outside of Leah's cottage. And luckily we were able to slip in through a window right before the cops showed up. And then we had a little conversation with her, gave her a salad, and as you can see, we are officially now at 3 hearts with her. So 30% of the way there. And then after that, we headed home, cut some trees so we could get a bigger house, one of the 3 requirements. And then that's all we did for that day, because literally all we care about is rizzing up Leah. And then day 3, we had pretty much the exact same routine. Started off by watering the crops. And then after a little bit of stalking, we found Leah, gave her a salad. She never gets tired of it. It's great. So after the salad riz, we went back home and then we cut down a lot more trees. And we finally actually did get to over 450 wood. So now we just need 10 grand and we have a bigger house. Step 1 could be complete soon. And then once again, we went to sleep super early because literally if it doesn't help me get a wife, I ain't doing it. Alright, now days 4 through 8 are going to be a little bit different because we already gave Leah 2 gifts. And really, I'm just waiting until my crops grow so I can get some money. So day 4, we watered the crops, and then we went to bed. And then on day 5, we watered the crops, and then we went to bed. And then on day 6, we watered the crops, and then we went to bed. We went to the luau. And obviously, the governor loved our soup. And then we went to bed, and I bet that nobody could guess that on day number 7, we also watered the crops, and then went to bed. And day number 8, we didn't even have to water the crops. And because it was raining, I decided to walk down to the beach and try and find the guy who's supposed to sell you the mermaid's pendant. But when I talked to him, he told me I wasn't ready yet. So I got beef with him now, but I guess I'll come back when I get 10 stars with somebody or whatever. But anyway, after that, we went home and went to bed. But then day number 9 was genuinely a huge day for this challenge. Not only was it Sunday so I could give Leah gifts again, but we also got to farm all of our blueberries and we'll make a bunch of money from it. And I forgot to record myself farming them. And then day 9 got even crazier when we went to Leah's cottage and got our first cutscene of the video. She was basically fighting on the phone with her ex-boyfriend. She asked us if it was selfish of her to move here. So obviously we have to rizz up. So we're gonna say no, be a gentleman, and hopefully we earn ourselves a few points right there. Then we went home and sold all of our crops from this morning, and we'll see how much money we make from that on day 10. And yeah, the answer was a lot of money. Enough money that I can finally get a bigger house now. So after watering the crops, that's the first thing that we went to do on day number 10. So after saying yes to the carpenter, we officially completed 1 out of the 3 steps to getting married in this video. That is after we wait for 3 days for the upgrade to be done. Then after that, obviously we went to Leah's house to give her another salad like we do. And somehow we're still only on 4 hearts with her, but I know we'll go up to at least 5 soon. And remember, we just need 8 to be able to give her a bouquet. And then after that, we did what any non-psychopath would do and went to bed at 11 a.m. Leah shouldn't be worried at all. Day 11 ended up being green rain, so I went to find Leah. And all this girl said, well, it was literally pouring acid from the sky, was, where did all these plants come from? But now it's time to speed things up, because we have a bigger house, so all we really care about now is getting to 8 hearts. So cue the montage of me watering crops and sleeping for 4 days straight. And as you can see, it's now day 17, also known as Sunday, when gifts reset. And as you can also see, our house upgrade completed, so step 1 officially complete now. And we got 16 grand, which I'm pretty sure is enough for the rest of this entire challenge. So things are looking really good for us, guys. They started looking even better when day 17 officially became the day we got to 5 hearts with Leah. So we celebrated by doing our favorite thing. You guys know what it is. Going to bed at 11 a.m. And then we woke up to even more blueberries having grown. So we were gonna get even richer. And you just know our future wifey was gonna love that. After finishing our farming duties, we went to give Leah another gift, but sadly we didn't go up in hearts at all. So we're just gonna have to keep grinding until we can get to 6 hearts. I've also decided it's probably a good idea to stop completely ignoring talking to her. I thought just giving her gifts would be enough, but hopefully we can speed up the process a little, so I'm gonna try that. So we'll be back when we can give gifts again. And just like that, we haven't even given her any more gifts, but we just talked to her and bam, 6 hearts, which means we got some excitement because that means it's time for another cutscene. And this one is great. It's one of my favorites. Leah basically just shows up and goes, "Hey, I got you a gift." And then she gives you a sculpture saying, "How I feel about you." And then she just leaves. It's great. That's the 6 heart event. That's it. But anyway, for the next 2 days after that, we just got ready for fall and went and gave her 2 more gifts. We're so close to 8 hearts, we can almost smell it. Is that an expression people use? I don't know. Probably not, but we're going with it. Okay, and then we fast forwarded about a week to day 29. And as you can see, we got up to 7 hearts with Leah just from talking to her. So we're so close. So we went inside and gave her a gift. And then we had to get some sleep to prepare because day 30 was going to be the biggest day of this challenge yet. We started off like any other day, going to Leah's cottage, and we ran into Shane on our way there. And as you can see, he was very nice to us. But that's not important. What happened next is, like any day, we went in and gave Leah a gift. But this time, I noticed her dialogue was a little different. And then I checked. We officially made it to 8 hearts with her. So I ran as fast as my legs could carry me straight to Pierre's store to buy a bouquet and complete step 2 out of 3 for this video. And right before we could even give her the bouquet, I saw possibly one of the most emotional cutscenes I ever have in this game. The cutscene itself wasn't too crazy, but what Leah said at the end melted my heart. You know, I just realized something. Even if my art career is a flop, I'll always have a friend to catch me on the way down. It's so beautiful. And after that moment, I knew I had to give her the bouquet and make her my girlfriend. She even knew it was coming. So after everything we've gone through, we're only a few salads away from making our dream a reality. And day 31, we got out of bed and literally had Leah waiting at our door. So now we have to stay up until 3 p.m. to go to an art show, instead of being able to go to bed at 11 like normal. After showing off all of her sculptures in the town square, Leah gave me a special thank you for inspiring her. Well, actually, she called me her special friend, so I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. But we're just gonna move on. And yeah, after that, we went to bed, excited to soon be married. Days 32 through 35, not a lot happened other than me waiting outside of Leah's cottage every day for her to wake up and then talking to her every day. Like, literally, I spent so much time waiting that I tried to fast forward this, and all you can see is just me standing outside, because the time I spent waiting outside was that much more than the time we spent actually inside talking to her. But it's all good because day 36, it's Sunday and we can give gifts again. So I marched down to the cottage with a salad in my hands. And after I gave it to Leah, we were officially at 9 hearts. Guys, that means we're 90% of the way there. So day 37, I gave her another gift and we're still not at 10 hearts, but I know it's so close. I went to bed knowing this would be one of the last times I was alone in this house. Day number 38 started with a fair. We won 2nd place on the display booth that we set up. But until day 43, we spent most of our time just sleeping and talking to Leah. On day 43, we gave her one more salad for hopefully one of the final times, but we still didn't get to 10 hearts from this. But day number 44 was different. Day number 44 was the day. We gave her this salad, and she loved it, and we officially hit 10 hearts with Leah. So you're probably wondering what this means, and what it means is it's finally time for us to work on step 3, which is getting a mermaid's pendant. And you may remember from earlier in this video, my beef with the sailor dude who sells it. We can only buy it when it's raining outside. So now our strategy is going to be to sleep until we finally get a day that rains, and hopefully we still have 10 hearts with Leah by then, and we can get married and complete this challenge. And guys, I've actually made a huge mistake, because what I didn't realize when I started sleeping was that I was only 5 days away from winter. And as I just said, you can only buy that pendant in the rain. And the one thing that it does not do naturally during the winter in Stardew Valley is rain. So now I'm actually going to be sleeping through the entire month of winter to go along with this, and we are going to be adding about an additional 28 days to this challenge. So we called it a speed run, but I don't know if we're still qualifying for that at this point. But yeah, cue the month-long sleeping montage. So it took a while, we definitely messed up, but on day 54, also known as Spring 4th, of this challenge, we finally got rain, which means today we are going to be getting a mermaid's pendant. And there we go, best 5,000 gold I've ever spent. Step number 3 is officially complete. It was kind of crazy creeping outside of Leah's window for the last time before she was gonna live with me, but we gave her the pendant and it was official. The wedding was in 3 days. And guys, we did it. 59 days into the challenge, on the 7th of spring, we made it official. And we did it. We had the slowest speed run of marriage in all of Stardew Valley. If you watched this far, thank you so much. I seriously appreciate it. And we'll see you next time.